Well, my blonde daughter, Caitlyn, has dropped by today, and I haven't seen her in a month or two, and maybe more.
Yeah, it's been
I don't
a while.
know. Yeah, and she's been listening a lot to. Well, tell me what you've been doing. Who have you been listening to lately?
Ani DiFranco.
Ani DiFranco is the babe, huh?
Yeah.
That has
Inspiration.
inspired you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where'd you first hear her?
My health teacher, Miss Taylor, well, TOPS teacher now, but my teacher burned me a CD.
Oh, okay.
And I loved it.
Yeah, so somehow she figured you'd be into her, huh?
Yeah, I don't know how she knew. She was like, "You're going to love her," and I was like, "Okay," and then I just listened to her, and indeed I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she knew you played the guitar and sang though and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the first you'd heard of Ani.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And ever since I listened to her every day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be her groupie probably.
All right. Because she's been she started making albums in the early '90s, right?
Yeah.
So it's been almost 20 years now, and has a ton of albums out, huh? She sort of has. I mean, a lot of people probably haven't heard of her, but because she has a little bit more of. I hate to call it a cult following, but it's it's kind of underground because she never signed with a big label, right? She kind of just did her own thing out the door and started her own label called Righteous Babe, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you volunteered to play a couple of songs for her, or for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one is in a slightly different. Or tell me about the song, but it's in a different tuning, right?
Yeah. It's in DADGAD, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
And it's like she wrote it. It's called Evolve, and it's just about her evolving. But then she talks about this moth as a metaphor, and I think it's just I don't know. It's just all about I don't know, adapting.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty neat. When is this one from? Any idea?
It's an earlier song, I think, but I'm not exactly.
Okay, but it's called Evolve, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so for the DADGAD tuning, you have the 2 E strings tuned down to D, and then the B string tuned down to A, so you have to lower 3 strings.
Yep.
Right? And how'd you learn the song?
Online.
Okay.
On the internet.
Excellent. What a great way. What a great idea. We got to think about doing that.
Yeah.
So you found tablature and it got you kind of started on it, right?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah.
And it's one riff throughout the whole thing, so it didn't take very long.
Okay.
To pick it up.
Yeah.
Most of her songs are pretty repetitive.
Yeah, yeah, because I think with her, with a lot of philosophical singer-songwriters, having complicated music is not part of the agenda. They want to have it be. They want to tell you the story, and you get the point of what they're talking about. The Bob Dylans of the world and stuff like that. Don't want to confuse you with too many different parts, like the Beatles did. And things, So, well, let's hear it. Evolve.
I'm becoming transfixed with nature and my part in it, which I believe just signifies I'm finally waking up. And that moth outside my kitchen door, she's bonkers for that bare blow, flying in circles, just bashing in her exoskull. And out in the woods she navigates, flying by the moon, but get around a light bulb and she's don't. And she is trying to evolve. Trying to evolve, trying to evolve, trying to evolve. Now let's get talking reefer madness, like some arrogant government can't by any stretch of the imagination outlaw a plant. Yes, there's opposing authority over nature. It's a dream. Come on, people, we've got to come clean, 'cause they are locking our sons and our daughters in cages. They are taking by the thousands our lives from under us. It's a crash course in religious fundamentals. Now let's all go to war, get some bang for our buck. And I am trying to evolve.
And then that's where I just kind of cut it off. I think there might be one more verse or two, but I get lost there, so I just stop.
Just because you forget the words or something?
Well, yeah, the next part, like, she keeps playing the same music, but then she sings it differently, and I haven't listened to the song enough times, so I'm like, I don't want to, like, sing it all weird. I mean, I could sing it my own way if I wanted to, but,
yeah. Although it sounds like, I haven't heard the song, but it sounds like, it obviously has a lot of complicated jumps and stuff in it melodically.
Yeah.
You know, and I could see that as it went on, she would probably vary it more and be more improvising kind of with it, and even where if you found live performances of it, it's probably different every time because it really gets into the almost the jazz scat type sound, you know, that is really cool. You have a great feel for the whole percussive playing there, and keeping the timing just really crisp. That's neat.
The hardest part for that song was just like singing over that, definitely. You know? Because I just couldn't, like, it took me a while. I would just sing the first verse over and over, playing it, and then as, like, that got more comfortable, then I moved to the second one, but, like, every verse kind of was, like, a challenge, singing it over the same piece of guitar work.
Yeah, probably because they might not have always had the same rhythm, or the same, like, number of syllables and lines and stuff like that.
Yeah. She kind of, like, raps almost.
Yeah, it's definitely got a little bit of that feel. I recently did a bunch of lessons on Jethro Tull stuff, and I found kind of the same thing. It was very complicated to play and sing them at the same time because what was going on the guitar was really complicated, and then the rhythm of the singing was frequently unrelated and stuff. You know, so I think people really liked those songs that we did of Jethro Tull's because they were challenging, and I think more challenging than people thought at first.
Yeah.
You know, so that's neat. So that was in DADGAD Tuning.
Yeah.
And that was Evolve. We will appreciate you playing it for us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anytime.